What do the five fingers say to the face? Slap that subscribe button and that like button. No, I'm being for real. Slap that subscribe button, slap that like button, whichever order they're in. Hit them both. Why am I bringing up that meme? For those who don't know, that's from the Chappelle Show. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to really have to slap you. Why am I bringing that up? Well, because I watched a couple episodes today. And these episodes are a two-parter conjoined of a certain story that I read recently. And these two-parters are basically the only way I can describe it. Rick James's cocaine era during music. Because the people who made these episodes definitely must have been snoring that booger sugar, all right? They were on that pixie stick dust. They weren't eating it, though. You know where it was going. And if it went the other place, we're not going to talk about that, all right? They got a lot of snow over there, but that snow ain't cold. It's a warm room. That's all I'm going to say. Because this is some crazy writing involving some of these episodes. Specifically, the second half to this two-parter. The second part to this two-parter is one of the most wildest Goosebumps episodes I've ever seen. But it was just crazy enough and just funny enough that I did enjoy it a lot. So let's talk about it today. Today I'm going to talk about Goosebumps Horrorland, the episodes from the TV show. This is a two-parter, of course, because it's Horrorland. But when I went into it, I initially thought, all right, if it's Horrorland and it's a two-parter, the first half is going to revolve around them going into Horrorland, and then the second part is going to revolve them escaping from Horrorland. Turns out, it ended up being the first part is them in Horrorland, and then the second part is them in Spin the Wheel of Horror from Tripleheader. That's what it is. If you haven't read that story, go read it. And if you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. I don't know which came out first, if Tripleheader came out first or if this episode came out first, but one of them ripped off each other, which is insane. That is crazy. The second part to this two-parter is Spin the Wheel of Horror. It is nothing like what happened in the book in terms of the climax. Nothing is similar to the book aside from a slight premise involved within it. So yeah, this is a crazy two-parter. And just off the rip, the first part that I'll talk about is kind of the meh part. It's good, enjoyable, but not that great. But the second part is going to be one wild ride, no pun intended. So what is the story about? Obviously, for those of you who've read Horrorland, you will know. For those of you who've not read Horrorland, you should probably read that and listen to my Horrorland book review out recently. But essentially, it's about this family, these parents, and these two kids. In this case, two kids. In the book, it was two kids and Clay. Clay is the friend of the younger brother. He's not in the episode. So for all of you 3 Clay fans out there, I guess you guys are upset. I don't care about Clay, so it is what it is. It kind of takes away a little bit of the tension because, with the third person, Clay, he's a scaredy cat. You kind of get a little bit of tension there. But, it's not that big of a deal. So the family is out there. They're on this road trip to these botanical gardens or petting zoo or some environmental park. And they get lost out in the desert, and then they happen to stumble upon Horrorland, this amusement park. They find this billboard, they head there, and they get trapped within the horrors of Horrorland. So yeah, that's pretty much the story, and they have to escape. But the big difference here is that the episode has some budget cuts, which are very clear within certain areas of the story. Some may say the story was a little bit too grand for them to pull off in its full entirety. But yeah, essentially the way I would describe this episode adaptation of the book is that imagine it's your birthday and your mom's telling you, yo, we finna go to Disneyland. All you and your homies, invite that little girl, Anna, you like, Mom, I don't like Anna, don't bring her up. You like Anna, I know you do, don't lie to me, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. But bring them all to Disneyland. We set up a park there, we're gonna have a birthday party, pizza, cake, everything. We gonna pull up, all right? So you're like, all right, bet, Mom, I appreciate you, I love you. Let's go on my birthday. You head there, and there's a giant pirate on top of the banner. And you're like, wait a minute, I thought Mickey Mouse was supposed to be on the billboard. Why is there a pirate on the billboard? And you realize it's Pirates Cove. Your mom didn't take you to Disneyland. She took you to Pirates Cove. All right? And right away, you're like, Mom, this is not Disneyland. I told all my homies and Anna, I don't like her still, but I brought her, that we were going to Disneyland. And your mom's like, no, we got Disneyland at home. Don't even worry about it. We got Disneyland at home. Pirates Cove. And you're like, first of all, Jack Sparrow is not supposed to be on the billboard. It's supposed to be Mickey Mouse. I don't know who that is. That looks like the pirate from the SpongeBob episode with the talking parrot. I don't need that guy here. Your mom's like, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. I paid money. You won't be here. You're like, all right, Mom, whatever. You bring all your homies. all your homies clown the shit out of you. They're like, bro, they say Disneyland is a Pirates Cove. You broke as hell. And you're like, I thought you guys already knew that. They're like, we did, but we're going to clown you anyway, because why not? And then Anna comes. She's like, oh, I will take you up the Ferris wheel. We'll get some Mickey Mouse cotton candy. I'll hold your hand there. She sees it. She's nowhere in sight, bro. She abandoned you. She went with her girlfriends. You never going to see her again. And on top of that, I know with those little bicycle boat rides that they have on top of that little lake, you were drowning because your ass can't swim. Your ass can't pilot boats. Your ass was sinking. It's over with. All right? That's what you get with this. You still had a good time at Pirates Cove, but it's not at all what you were expecting. And that's what this episode is. In this episode, they basically have to get to Horrorland. And first of all, this ghost apparition pops up in front of the front windshield. I don't know if Doctor Strange is working up in the Horrorland. You might have to give him a call, bro. Last time I checked, he was trying to bargain with Dormammu. They got Doctor Strange up in Horrorland. This man throwing up the Naruto hand signs. He got the hand seals on. He's summoning avatars, these astral projections of the horrors appearing in front of the car. And I'm like, dog, either Doctor Strange working up there, or you guys must, for some reason, I think what happened was the Horrorland horrors somehow broke the fourth wall, stole the budget from the episode, and invested it within a holographic projector that they're using in front of this family. So that's how you know these are top tier villains. They're breaking the fourth wall and they stealing the budget from the studio. That's crazy. So they do that. They get this random ghost apparition of a horror that stops their car. They damn near almost crash, and then they stop and they see the sign for Horrorland. And the way Horrorland sign is described in the book and the way it's on the Tim Jacobus cover, it's essentially this giant billboard, and there's this animatronic giant green horror that kind of moves forward and moves back. That's why when the three were looking out the sunroof, the three kids, they looked out the sunroof, they saw this monster coming in, they thought they were getting attacked. It's not that. It's just an animatronic sign, has its hands over, and then it's a big billboard that says in blood red writing, welcome to Horrorland where nightmares come to life. And that's not obviously in the episode because budget cuts. You get this bootleg stage play pillars in the middle of the road that have this green, not green, but this yellow high school banister that says welcome to Horrorland on there. And I'm like, dog, these people done stole a banner from the local high school and put it up on two stage. They low-key, they had to rob a high school, bro. You cannot convince me otherwise. They pulled up at the high school. They showed the fake ID. They popped it up there. Bam, got the fake ID. And then they're like, all right, we're finna go in. First of all, the security guard is like, why is this 35-year-old trying to get in here? But he's like, all right, I'm gonna let it slide. Kids are growing up these days. They eating different foods. And then, they pull up. They stole all the equipment and then dipped out of there. They straight dipped out. And that's what you get for the Horrorland set. You get this bootleg stage play pillars with the yellow banner and writing. All right? Works for a standalone, but a little bit disappointing. But still a good episode. So they arrive at the amusement park. Psych, it's not an amusement park. It is horror fair. All right, you can't call this Horrorland. Again, this is Pirates Cove equivalent to Disneyland, right? So this is horror fair. It's like a fair. It's like a local fair going on, right? They're in the middle of the woods. It's a lot of woods. It's this big park. They got these wooden booths and stands, makeshift, They got a few buildings. So they head there. You obviously don't get the Doom Slide. The Doom Slide's not in there because too much budget. And you end up getting, the scene with the Hall of Mirrors. Now, the House of Mirrors, or the Hall of Mirrors, whatever it's called, that was actually a pretty good scene on behalf of the episode because you had some creepy moments. They added this scene where the daughter sees this, monster reflection up in the mirrors, and it kind of freaks her out, and then obviously the mirrors start closing in, just like in the book. So that was a pretty good scene. I thought that was well executed. I thought that the book was a little bit more intense, but that they at least added some things to the Hall of Mirrors or House of Mirrors thing. So that was pretty dope. That was all right. And then you get the coffin ride. Coffin ride, it's only the kids going on. It's not the parents. The parents are wandering around trying to find the kids, and they get this special juice that the monster, one of the horrors, spits out of his fingernails. Nasty, nasty, nasty work. Definitely wouldn't drink that, and neither do the parents. Good thing. So yeah, they find the kids. The kids describe this place as crazy. This place is trying to hurt them. They have these horrors that are warning them, telling them to get away, telling them to leave. You got these other ones who are kind of peer pressuring them, telling them to stay, telling them to enjoy more of the stuff. And then they try escaping. Obviously, the horrors chase after them. You don't get the 100 horrors chasing them because you don't have that many people. But it's 10 horrors chasing them through the forest. They try to get away, and then they end up getting captured. And then you get into part 2. Now, part 2 of the Horrorland episode is Spin the Wheel of Horror. All right. Now, I'm going to assume that triple header came out before this, so they probably ripped it off because Spin the Wheel of Horror. Spin the Wheel of Horror because it's Horrorland. You have horrors in there. I don't know. Maybe that's my thesis for now. Some of you know the dates. You could correct me. So they're there. And then obviously they pull up in this game show. This game show, they got trivia booths. They got a whole squad full of audience members that are all horrors. Men, women, children, old people horrors. They're all there. And then you got this game show host, this fake ass Jay Leno. Yo, this is not Jay Leno. This is Day Guano. All right? You know Guano, bad shit. This is Day Guano. All right? This ain't Jay Leno. This is Day Guano. This man, Day Guano, is out here and he's telling the people, to get ready. There's new shows about to happen, about to appear on the Monster Channel. You got the whole family members there, and the family members are like, all right, I don't know what's going on. We got to get out of here. We got to escape. And then, of course, the Day Guano guy offers a brand new car. And right away, the kids are like, hey, forget that car. We got to get out of here. These people are crazy. They're trying to kill us. They're real monsters. And then the parents are like, well, it's a new car. We haven't had a new car in a long time, Right away, you get the American. The American in them trapped them right away. They're like, yo, new car, free stuff, capitalism, free for me. And then they end up staying. Worst parents in Goosebumps. You get an absolute F tier. You have been getting chased. Your kids have been getting threatened and you stay because of a new car. You're trash, garbage, garbaggio. You're cringe. Stop, bro. Straight garbaggio to your parents. You stayed for a new car. Listen, man, you could have went to Bob Rohrman and Bob Rohrman would have hooked you up with the new whip. You instead went to Day Guano. I don't know why you would choose Day Guano over the homie Bob Rohrman, but that's your own fault. You're trapped in Horrorland. Congratulations, you played yourself. DJ Khaled, another one. All right, that's basically what happens. They get trapped within this game. They have to answer questions. You got this wheel that they spin, and if you fail, you have to deal with these different challenges. The ones like you have to eat worms. Shout out to Todd. You got a cameo. Go eat worms. That's in there. Some other horrors that can potentially risk the kids' lives, and the kids are at risk if the parents don't answer right. So that's what it is. And they're monster-based questions. They're horror-based questions, so it kind of works out. And then you get this commercial break. And y'all, this commercial break is the Horrorland people promoting their mixtapes. Dog, they got mixtapes out here. Yo, they got mixtapes, dog. They got mixtapes. They promoting the mixtapes. I thought Ezekiel in the back alleyway over there past yonder was bad for selling me mixtapes. He promoted to me that I could get the new Goosebumps TV show episodes early. Somehow he managed to bootleg it onto Disney Plus, onto the DVD. I paid $30. I got the DVD. I opened it up. It said Goosebumps on the DVD. That was kind of a red flag. I put it into my DVD player. The shit was his mixtape. The shit was trash. I threw it in the trash after, and I'm still hunting down Ezekiel over it because I need my $30 back. All right? But regardless, you got Horrorland soundtracks? Why are they not playing this in the amusement park? Amusement fair. All right? My bad. Who's recording it? Where's the studio? Where's the budget coming from? Are you telling me that Birdman is over in the back rubbing his hands? Is he an actual Birdman? Is he an actual Big Bird rubbing his hands? Like what? There's rappers, bro. Who's coming out? Lil Werewolf? Lil Werewolf is on the track. You expect me to believe that Young Money Demon is on the Young Money Satan is on the track? I'm not listening to that, bro. I'm not listening to 666 Records. Get that off my screen, bro. And then they're promoting it. You got this couple frolicking in this picnic, talking about the new music. The music is the song titles are Wart to Wart, I Want to Hold Your Claw. There's one that's Your Heart Is in My Pocket and Your Lips Are in My Drawer. What? Yo, man. I'm Rick James, bitch. Enjoy yourself. Those are the people making this shit, man. Those are the people making these episodes. Who's coming up with this? It was crazy enough that I believed it. And not to mention, you got this fashionista horror who's doing the makeup on the parents, and then they're like, "Oh, are you guys monsters?" Or she's like, "Oh, we're monsters, but we're not monsters." Boop. I'm like, "Yo, man, what?" That's low-key the remix for the beats that they're using over this mixtape. What's going on, bro? I'm sounding like Courage the Cowardly Dog. What's going on, bro? Are you telling me Courage the Cowardly Dog got a soundtrack on there? Do all of the villains on there got soundtracks? Are you telling me there's a song called The Pharaoh's Curse? If there is, I'm purchasing it. And I'm going to play it, bro. I'm going to play it in front of the homies, bro. That's it. I'm playing The Pharaoh's Curse all the way to my car rides going forward. I got to do a late night pizza run. I'm going to put on The Pharaoh's Curse, bro. I promise, bro. And who's listening to these soundtracks? The swamp monster? You telling me the swamp monster out in the bayou trying not to get killed and he's listening to the soundtrack? You telling me he's going to listen to Wart to Wart? I mean, he's got warts. It might work. You know, you tell me Slappy listening to this? Slappy, you tell me that some random girl in her room is trying to sleep, and then the dummy takes the beatbox and starts playing up. Your heart's in my pocket, and your lips are in my drawer. She finna throw that man in the furnace if she wakes up to that. No, bro. You tell me the abominable snowman is listening. He's listening to the mixer. You told me the abominable snowman is listening to mixtapes. There ain't no way they got cell reception up in the Himalayas. I don't know who y'all trying to fool, but there ain't no way nobody listening to this. And if they playing it in Horrorland, shit, they low-key smart. They avoiding copyright. I gotta respect it, bro. If they played out that, if they played other people's music, they played that Ariana Grande, that Taylor Swift, they gonna get copyright strikes. So low-key playing mixtapes in your own amusement park, low-key smart, bro. You avoid the copyright. It's important. But either way, a lot of crazy stuff in this episode. And then they eventually, I guess they win. They think that they win. And then maybe something ends up happening where they didn't exactly win. And then they get trapped in a room with Saber from Camp Nightmare. Now, he's not openly called Saber, but it's the same reused costume. Pardon my language, that's fucking Saber, bruh. They done locked up Saber, bro. Free Saber. On God, free Saber. They done caught the homie. They done took him to the dog pound, or the werewolf pound, and they locked him up in the basement, bro. Free my bro Saber. He didn't do anything. Are you telling me that the people from Camp Nightmare shooting those scenes and these Horrorland game show people are working together? Is this some mastermind plan? Is Camp Nightmare and Horrorland working together? Is that why Horrorland has all the cameras? Is the Camp Nightmare movie being shown in the Monster Channel? You gotta tell me, Stein. You gotta tell me, Dan Angel, Billy Brown. You gotta tell me right now. Is it connected universes? We don't know. Saber is in the basement. And Saber is not like how he was in Camp Nightmare. Apparently Saber is real because this man's really murderous. He be killing people. He be eating people. Because when they break out, they see this new, I guess, horror. And he's got this accent. And this man was apparently supposed to be the host. This man auditioned for the host. And he got kicked out by Day Guano. Day Guano done stole it from this man. This man out here performing and thinking he's Conan O'Brien. Bro, you Conan the Barbarian. What are you talking about, bro? Ain't nobody hiring Conan the Barbarian, bro. You not O'Brien, bro. But you want to be on the show. You're not going to make it, bro. You trash. You can't act. You can't talk. But this man thought he couldn't make it, so he's jealous. He's trying to find a way to get his job back. But in the meantime, he guides the family out. Family tries to find a way out. And the next thing you know, this man, Saber, breaks through the wooden door, bites down and starts mauling the guy's arm, and then drags him in and presumably mauls him to death and kills him. Saber out here taking bodies? I mean, I know bro is in the dog pound. I know you feeding him some trash doggy treats. You're probably not giving him enough pets. Granted, he'd probably take your arm off. But he's mad, bro. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him. He's mad. He's been trapped in here for God knows how long since the last episode. So he kills this guy. Now, obviously, Conan the Barbarian didn't do so well. Maybe, hopefully, he can get Daguano next and get him off the air. Maybe he can kill all the people so that way I don't gotta listen to the mixtapes. I don't know. But that whole game show section was crazy. Family tries escaping. These people start chasing them. These people start doing some John Wick moves. You see people hopping over the hoods of cars, tucking and rolling. Like, I don't know who they've been practicing for. Maybe they're going to end up in John Wick 6. Maybe John Wick is popular in the Monster channel, and that's why they're on there. I don't know. Maybe they're going to be in John Wick 6 Monster Bellum. I don't know what's going to happen, y'all. Monster, I don't know, bro. Count Van Wick? We'll see. Either way, that's basically the second part to this. So yeah, the first part is accurate to Horrorland. The second part's completely crazy. Which do I prefer? Well, let's just say that the second part with all that batshit crazy shit is in my top 6 episodes actually right now. This is actually in the top of my episodes. I actually loved that episode. So I did like the part 2 Horrorland. Part 2 Horrorland is in my top 10. That one is getting a 9 point something out of 10. I forgot the exact score. 9 point something. Fantastic episode. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of enjoyment from it. Same as I did with Trilogy. Although Trilogy had really good acting, this one's more so goofy, so bad that it's fun. And then part 1 of Horrorland gets probably a 7.5 out of 10. It's definitely weaker than the book. The budget cuts are very clear. It's not really, not really doing it for me. It's really hard to take an episode seriously when one of the horrors at the ticket booth got this amazing makeup on, prosthetic effects, and the next dude looks like he got his costume from Party City. I swear to God, there are villains there that look like they got Mighty Morphin Power Ranger costume, like they're about to go to Angel Grove's high school reunion dance, like on Halloween. Like, come on, bro. And you have them next to each other. That's how you know it makes it look worse. But either way, that's what happens. Also, by the way, I make an appearance in the episode. They pull up this sign that says BD. So I'm apparently in the second part of the Horrorland episode. The dad gets kissed by the monster lady who's running the show. I'm pressing charges, dog. Like I'm pressing charges. It is what it is. It is what it is, bro. In front of the mom too. The mom really got fucking cucked. The mom got cucked. She let that monster kiss him. I'm throwing hands. My wife better throw hands at that point. Like, yeah, that's what you might lose the match, honey, but shit, it's all about the pride. So yeah, that's Goosebumps Horrorland. The second part is extremely ridiculous, extremely fun. For those who have read Spin the Wheel of Horror, you get these really fun moments in there, very reminiscent to that. It could have been a little bit more expanded upon, but obviously you have time constraints. And yeah, you have the first part, which is like a watered down version of Horrorland. So, assessment. The first part is decent, good. The other part is pretty damn good to very good, and you'll have a great time with it. So yeah, that's all I have for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Crazy things for a crazy review. I have more content upcoming. My birthday is actually going to be this Monday, upcoming Monday, September 25th. That is my birthday. So I will record my 50 subscriber Q&A for that day, and then upload it and record it. And yeah, that's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for more content to come. And all those, and number one piece of advice, stay away from the powder that's as white as that shirt over there and as white as that lamp, because it's only going to cause you harm and damage, unless you Rick James, in which case it made you very famous and successful and on top of the Dave Chappelle show. And it also made the writers of this show make a very fun episode. So, depends, kids. Depends. That's all I have for today. Deuces. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, or else I'm going to find you and I'm going to give you a copy of Go Eat Worms, covered in actual worms. You don't want that.